Daily question. What is the first car you remember your parents having and you riding in?
Oh, starting the episode strong with my lack of knowledge about cars.
Yeah.
It was like a brown coupe sedan. Are those two different things?
I'm pretty sure coupe means 2 doors and sedan means 4 doors.
Oh, great. So it was a sedan. And it was brown and it was square and like very 90s. Like, I remember that one. Barely. I think that's like the first one that I remember.
Interesting.
What my memory
So you
says.
don't know what kind of car it was. You just know that it was brown
clue.
and it had 4 doors.
Yep, a brown sedan. That will be a common theme through this episode.
Yeah. Trevor does not know cars.
I don't know cars.
What
about you?
The problem is that I know my parents had other cars, but the ones that I remember were, I'm pretty sure at some point we had a silver Suburban.
Okay.
And then the car right after that was the gold Yukon. And those are the cars that I remember. But apparently we also had a minivan at some point. My dad always had a white truck. So we actually had a couple of trucks on our property pretty often because he would have a work truck that was white. And then he had his little Chevy S10, which you don't know what that is.
Talk to the people, not to me.
That was my brother's first car.
Okay.
So that truck got handed down to my brother, and you'll see it sometimes still around Colorado Springs. Like I've seen it at least once because
the same car,
the same exact car, because there's very distinct features about it. But like my dad had sold it to the auto shop at my high school, and then a kid bought it, and so
interesting.
It still exists somewhere in Colorado Springs.
Huh.
Yep, it's a little stick shift, and has the 2 seats in the back that face inside. You know, so like
they face each other.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, they're really.
That's cool.
And they like fold up and can go into the side, so you have like.
Interesting.
Yeah, I loved riding in that. I mean, it would just be like a little lap belt, but yeah, you would like sit in the back, and we'd be like looking at each other, and our knees would be touching.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
What was the first car you had?
My first car we got for $200 from my high school's auto shop, and it was a red Pontiac Grand Am, 1998, 2.4 liter. I'm just kidding. You don't have to keep that in. I just thought that was
keeping
funny.
it in because it will become obvious that you know what you're talking about, and I don't.
I think what's so interesting, I mean, that car was very charismatic. It had a lot of character, and I will explain that in a little bit. But I think one factor that I think is so interesting is that I despise the color red, and that was my first car, and I was very happy to drive it.
And just so that we can reference back to it, you named it
Milo,
and you named it that because.
I don't know.
Okay, great. I didn't know if there was a reason.
He looked like a Milo.
I have an interesting story about Milo that I'm pretty sure you know, but I don't think we've talked about for a while.
Well, to be fair, just to give some context too, is that like I got my car.
Oh, yeah, we are saying first car and then moving on to where I'm in her life.
Yeah, I got my car is like probably the summer before senior year of high school, and had that car all the way through, I don't know,
2020 or 2018.
Really? We got it before the daughter, or
I think we got it right before the daughter.
Or we still had it. We got rid of it right before the daughter. Yeah, that's right. So Milo came into the marriage with us.
And Milo is the centerpiece of the one and only time that your father has ever vocalized his disappointment in me.
Wow.
So your dad was part of the shop at Doherty.
Auto shop, yeah.
He can do whatever. He knows cars. You have a history of the work that you did on that car that I'll let you share. But at one point, I think we were just dating, and your starter went out. And somehow I got roped in to being the one who had to replace it. And I was at my dad's house, which was like so far away from your dad's house because it was 4 houses away.
So far.
Working on Milo, trying to replace the starter and getting frustrated and like really mad at the process. And for some reason, your dad was there and trying to help me out. There was some like piece, and I think what wound up happening is we had ordered the wrong starter or something. And so things weren't going the way they were supposed to. And about a week later, he said, yeah, that was the only time that I don't know what he said, but it was like a pretty biting, because it was not like necessarily language of him. He was still in his, I'm going to call you a brain dead child if I think that you've done a good job stage. And so if he had said something scathing, like you're an absolute moron or had bad, whatever, I think that actually would have been more soft, because what he said was, I think this is what he said. He said, that was the only moment that I lost any amount of respect for you. I was like,
well, and I would say it's not like, my interpretation of that, knowing my dad, is that he wasn't disappointed in your lack of knowledge of cars.
Correct.
It was disappointment in your attitude about
100%.
fixing it and like losing your temper.
100%.
Yeah. But Milo was a very special car.
He was a very special car.
At one point, so first of all, it came with black rims, like the really ghetto kind of black rims, not cool black rims. And I got silver hubcaps they were kind of in like a star pattern. And so I spray painted the star part red. And then, as with all hubcaps, I lost at least 2 of them. And I decided to keep the red ones on the driver's side and the back to black on the right side. And I had several people ask me, like, why don't you have one on each side? And I was like, because you never are looking at both sides of the car at the same time. You are only ever looking at me on the driver's side with the 2 red ones, or you're looking at the passenger with the 2 black ones. And I would rather have them match.
That's fair.
Than have one on each of the front tires.
I drove that as my commuter for at least a couple years.
Yeah.
This is new information to me.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, there are so many special things about that car. I don't know. It was like random. My friend and I had gone to Kohl's at one point, and I'm pretty sure she bought like some of those Sophie shorts, the ones that you like roll down from the top. And they always had this circular sticker on them. And so she had like taken that sticker off and she had put it on my ceiling. And I was like, I like that. And then I stickered the whole ceiling. Like, anybody that would give me a free sticker, I would put up on my ceiling, or like it eventually got to be like, oh, we went to Moab, so I want to get a Moab sticker to put on the ceiling. But it was just cool because you would like sit in it and nobody looks at the ceiling of your car, but then it like catches your eye and then you see all of these stickers and you're like, oh my gosh, that's actually so cool.
Yep.
And then I had circular vents that, like, when I got the car, it had pennies stuck in the vent. And I was like, what the heck is this about? And so I took a penny out, turned on the vent, and then the vent would spin and it sounded like a helicopter. And I was like, oh, that's why it had a penny in there. So my car would sound like a helicopter. And then at some point, and I don't know if this was when you had it or if we had fixed it at that point, but like, if you hit a bump, the windshield wipers would go off.
Yeah, that existed when I...
Yeah.
I forgot
golly,
about that.
I rebuilt that engine twice with my dad when we were rebuilding that car and just like getting it ready for me to drive. We went to a junkyard here in Colorado Springs and we were just like getting into a whole bunch of Pontiac Grand Ams. And I had seen one that actually had mirrors on its visors. And my original car didn't have that. So I asked my dad, I was like, can I please steal the visors out of this Grand Am and put them in mine? And he was like, yeah, whatever. So like, you know, fancy customization.
Oh, yeah.
That I got from the junkyard. But yeah, just such a
And when I met Milo,
car.
It had a magnetic mustache on the front.
Yes, and then the hailstorm took it out.
Yeah, the great hailstorm of 2016.
Yeah, and then we had like driven through that hailstorm and the windshield was just like starburst cracking before our eyes. That was real scary.
It was awesome.
It was so scary. I was like, oh my gosh, we're going to get glass
And
in
then you
front.
lost half the mustache, but kept it on for a while.
It was hard to get off.
Yeah. what had been on there for so long.
When I had some weird stickers on that car when
Yeah.
I first got it.
Oh, when you
there
first
was
got it.
Yeah, there was like this like weird mushroom sticker. And I found a lot of pennies in that car. I like made some money back. It wasn't all pennies. It was like a whole bunch of change.
I mean, that might be true given that you bought it for $200.
I mean, I probably made $1 at least. Yeah. Okay.
That's funny.
But we need to walk through. So keep in mind, I got my car, rebuilt the engine. We had it all the way through our marriage.
Yep.
Walk us through your first car.
Yeah. Well, okay. So my first car that I ever drove normally was a Honda Accord. It was a 1993, and it was stick shift. And then drove that until it just was making so much noise that I had to play the stereo really loud because it stressed me out. And they were bad noises. And I said for like a while that it was on its last leg. And then something happened where I think I just got a flat tire, but it could have been like a damage to the axle or something. Like something broke on one of the wheels, and I was like, that was its last leg. And so we put that aside. It already had like over 300,000 miles on it. Like
crazy.
It was, every kid should start with a beater car.
Oh, 100%. Although I have changed my idea at least a little bit that they should start with a beater, but because we live in Colorado Springs, I want them to start in a beater with all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive.
Yeah, we'll get to that. I have different thoughts. And then I think I drove my great-grandparents' station wagon for a little bit after that. And it was like a boat. It was made out of steel. You would be driving 60 miles per hour and it felt like 30.
Oh, wow.
And it had like couches as the seats. So,
that's a terrible car to give a teenager.
Well, yeah. And it had one of the seats that popped up in the back and you could see out the back, which that was really cool.
Yeah.
But I had that for a while. And then I got a Saturn.
What happened to the station wagon?
We'll get to that.
Okay.
Because it was basically like it was the family car. I was driving it for a time.
Got it.
If I remember correctly. But then I got my own car, which was a Saturn something. It was a little blue car. And it was stick shift, and I paid $2,000 for it. Around that time, I gave the station wagon to my best friend Chris because he had totaled his bug, whatever, and didn't have a car and was in a bad place, and we didn't really need the station wagon at the time, and so we gave it to him, and he was really grateful for it. And then within a couple of months, he got T-boned right outside of the King Soopers on Stetson Hills so hard that the Jeep that T-boned him, like the whole engine crushed inside to like the driver's area, and he got hit on the driver's side. But because it was a boat made out of steel, it just dented it and he couldn't roll the window up anymore. And that was it.
They don't make cars like they used to.
It was crazy. It was crazy. But then after the Saturn, I was moving to Moody in Chicago, and totally just, I don't know if my dad wasn't paying attention to me at the time or something, but I wound up selling it to some shop downtown for like $500, and I got taken advantage of for sure.
Oh, okay.
In it. Like I had to do some work, like the bearings needed some work. But
you could have gotten more for it.
I could have kept it and done it, but I don't know.
Or you could have given it to one of your other siblings.
It was just a dumb financial move that nobody was supervising at the time.
Yeah, and I don't know if I even knew that.
Yeah, I don't think you were a part of.
Yeah, because I met you when you were driving that Saturn, and I thought it was so hot that you were driving a manual. I just thought it was so attractive.
I still can't.
I can kind of.
You say that.
I can, kind of.
Right, but you always say kind of.
Yeah, it's because I'm not confident. And honestly, the last stick shift I drove.
The last stick.
Trying to make fun of me.
Yeah, that serves me right.
Was that your brother-in-law's weird little BMW?
Yeah.
And it was weird because the stick shift was weird, and I was like, oh my gosh, like I like got stuck on Peterson, and I was like, oh my gosh. I literally needed a sign on the back that was like learning stick shift, because it's so rare these days.
Yeah, it is rare.
That I just feel judgment if I can't get up and go.
But then after that, I drove the truck, which was my grandfather's truck,
which was a 1990 Dodge Dakota.
Yep. V8?
Six.
And we were just talking about this the other day. It had one of the best sound. It was so loud. There was probably something wrong with the muffler, but it was so
I don't think so.
loud.
I think that's just what trucks in the 90s sounded like.
Maybe.
It sounded so good.
It sounded
We miss the sound of it coming home.
But I remember that I was working at New Life Church in hospitality, and they would call us to do snow removal.
Mm-hmm.
And so it'd be a snow day where it's 4:30 a.m. and we get the call, hey, you got to come clear out the snow before everything starts. And so I'm out there with like the normal snow plowers in the Dakota, which is rear wheel drive on a truck bed, right? Like it was not an ideal car for any of it. But I think I probably only had to do that for one winter season.
Yeah.
I learned so much about driving in the snow, having a terrible car for the snow, because I got stuck so many times.
Yeah.
And it taught me how to get unstuck. It taught me how to drive confidently to not get stuck. Like,
yes.
It was a huge learning experience for me. Frustrating, but I think that's my argument for it doesn't always have to be all-wheel drive, because I think there's some merit to learning how to really, truly drive in snow.
Yes.
On a vehicle that shouldn't be on the snow.
You had asked yesterday if I had gotten in any car crashes.
Yeah.
And I've only ever gotten in, like, almost gotten in one that was my fault.
Okay.
Oh, there are two, actually. Again, it wasn't my fault. The second one was not my fault. I was in the truck, and it was a snowy day, and I got rear-ended by some students. And I like pulled over, and it was freezing outside, and it was like not a ton of damage on our bumper or anything. But I was like, guys, it's cold outside. You want to like go to the school and we'll like take pictures and figure it out? And they were like, we go to a different school. And I was like, dang it. And I was like, ugh. Well, and it was one of those where in the state of Colorado, there's so many accidents that it's like, if it's not bad, just report it.
Right.
And like, you don't need to call the cops. And so it was one of those situations. But then the other couple that I had been in I was just a passenger in I'm pretty sure we were in that silver Suburban in New Mexico. And my mom got rear-ended by this small car to the point where the car went underneath our Suburban, like literally lifted up our butt end and was just chilling underneath it. And that was interesting, which is probably why we got the gold one.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe. And then we got in a car accident when I was in high school. We were on our way to go get a haircut, and there were cars like stopped at a stoplight, and we had just gotten into the right turn lane, driving like 25 miles an hour, getting ready to merge onto the next road. And this jaywalker comes in between the cars. And it's going to sound stupid because it's just like in Gilmore Girls where the deer hit the Jeep. The girl hit our car. She walked right into the side of it because we were just moving forward, and we didn't hit her head on. She walked into the side of our car and like hit the mirror and tumbled. And I think she came out of it with just like a broken ankle. But the hard part was it was right in front of that McDonald's, and there were students sitting on that lawn who had witnessed it, and like they were saying that it was our fault. And just like accusing us of hitting her like head on and just like all this stuff. But praise the Lord, there were two adult women who stayed behind and wrote their statements as well. And they were like, no, this girl was jaywalking in between traffic and all this stuff. So she did end up getting like a ticket. Because who jaywalks between traffic. And literally,
as they're driving.
It was so dumb. She was like on her phone, texting. Traffic is coming from the right, and she comes out of the cars looking left. Like literally, just perfect storm. She's looking left and walks into a moving car.
It's ridiculous.
And we were like, it was so scary. And my dad, of course, would not answer his phone.
Yeah, of course not.
And yeah, literally, anytime I've ever had an emergency, my parents will never answer the phone. It is, I need to change them from being my emergency contacts. I mean, they're not, you are, but still, they're like secondary or tertiary emergency contacts, but they will never freaking answer the phone. So maybe I should change that.
I think the first accident that I remember was we were driving to school. My sister was in the car with us. My dad was driving, and we were in the Old Farm neighborhood. And right at the cross of whatever, Iron Horse or whatever. And this big truck just clipped us at the end. Like he went through the stop sign because it's a 4-way stop, and he hit our rear bumper as we were crossing. And it was like a jolt. It wasn't anything dramatic, but I remember my dad turning back to us and being like, "Did he just hit us?" I'm like, "Yeah." Did you? What do you mean? What do you mean? Did he just hit us? And so we had to get out the car and trade information. But I think that was the first one. So it was like a really not very phenomenal first encounter with an accident.
Yeah.
Did he hit us? Yeah.
Well, I mean, honestly, I don't blame your dad for saying that, because like when I got rear-ended in the truck, I genuinely was like, did they just hit me? Like, and I was like, surely there's like no damage. And in the moment I was like, oh yeah, we're fine, there's no damage. And then I like park and I'm like, oh, my bumper's like falling off.
Yeah.
The one big crash that I got into is I was in Milo, and I had a full car, so there were 5 passengers traveling home from a conference in Idaho, and it was snowy. And I was trying to pass this like semi or this truck and hit black ice and just like swerved, and straight up, like, I'm not even kidding you, I used the Cars trick, like,
oh yeah,
when Lightning McQueen is taught that like you have to turn the, like, I was about to go left off of the cliff because it was literally a cliff, but because of the ice, I was like, all I know how to do is what Cars taught me. So I turned left and then I shoot right. And we didn't hit anybody or anything. We almost like U-turned around one of the like exit signs. We were so close to like hitting it head on. Like it could have killed all of us. And we just like barely missed it. And we just like stopped moving. Like this car just stopped moving. And we all were like, are you okay? I'm okay. And then like some other cars had like stopped, and they were like, are you okay? And we're like, we're okay. And then they helped us like get back out of the bank and back onto the road. And then nobody else felt safe driving because it wasn't their car. And so after I'm the one who literally almost got us in a crash, they were like, hey, we want you to continue driving. So
you had done the Cars thing.
Yeah, obviously. And so I drove 15 hours that day.
Yeah.
With very few breaks. And we hit snow again when we got back into Colorado. And we didn't like get into another crash, but I was just like freaking out. I was like, this is the same scenario.
Yeah.
Like, I just can't handle this. But that's when this song is really meaningful to me because of this. But it's a song called Same God. And there's a couple of different songs labeled that, but this one is where it says, the same God that was with you then is with you now. And so I just like held on to that truth because it felt like God was playing like Hot Wheels, and he was just like pew, 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 and just like missing everything. I'm not even like, that's how I explained it when I was in college too. I was like, it literally just feels like God's just like having a fun time. But then he got us home safely. But that is why I am so afraid of slushy snow. I'm a good snow driver. I am. Yeah. But slushy snow is just a little bit of PTSD for me. And I'm mostly just afraid of other people on the road.
Yeah, as you should be.
Yeah, because they're dumb.
Remember that one time that you parallel parked the Yukon?
Yeah.
With a whole bunch of us in the car?
You were not there. The entire car was packed. There were 8 humans and a giant dog. And I parallel parked it perfectly, like to the point where you like put your butt in, put your nose in, and you're done. Like no pulling forward or anything. And I've shared that story so many times that Trevor likes to try and put himself in it and tries to like place himself as if he was a part of the memory.
It's one of my life goals was to convince her that I was there.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a couple of stories we have like that where you try to, like, we have one story about where I almost cut my finger off and had to go get stitches. And I've told it so many times that Trevor just pretends that it's a brand new story every time. And he's like, oh my gosh, you did what? How have I never heard this before? And it's just so funny. But that's all.
Because you were doing what at the time?
I was, I'll retell it anytime you ask me. I'll retell it. My brand new phone case was covering up a sensor. And so I took an X-Acto knife to try and fix it and instead sliced all the way to the bone.
And I had to get how many stitches?
3. And I felt every one. Have you seen the video of the mom on Instagram that she can predict?
Oh yeah, I'm still
kids?
Impressed. I can't do like our kids are pretty repetitive, but I can't do it to that level.
She is so talented.
I think she cheats.
It's fake.
Yeah, we were both.
I'm trying to think about anything else with cars. A couple other honorable mentions is my grandpa Doc had this. Think about like the style. I don't know what you call the style of like a creeper van or a homeschool van, like
the one that I grew up in.
Hobby, yeah.
One your son.
But it's not a minivan, so is it just called a van?
Yeah.
Like, okay. But his was
usually
bougie.
You call it like a 9-passenger, 12-passenger.
Okay.
That's how I hear them referred to.
This was bougie and had like maybe 7 because it had like carpeted captain seats and had like curtains on the windows.
For a while without the curtains.
Oh no, it was. I loved riding in that car because it just felt so glamorous. Like everything on the inside was like maroon and like it was just peak 90s. It was so good. And apparently my parents had a minivan at one point. And what I need to confirm, because the way that they've told the story a couple of times doesn't align. But they said that they used to put a pack and play in the back of the minivan, and I would literally sit in the pack and play as we drove, like cross country, which in the 90s kind of makes a little bit of sense. But also I'm wondering if they like meant
like when you parked or something.
Yeah, or like I took a nap or something. Like I'm not totally sure.
It's probably that one, but it could be.
Well, and man, we traveled cross country so often that we got so good at it that like, because it was oftentimes like I have 4 older siblings, but it was me and my brother traveling a lot of the time with my parents. And so in our Yukon, we would have my dad driving, my mom sitting passenger. We'd have the middle row like laying flat, and then my brother and I would be in the far back seats. Our 2 massive dogs would be on that flat part. And we had this like milk crate with a TV on top of it that had a VHS player. And like literally, I mean, this thing is like huge. And we just like strapped it on there. We would like watch our VHS tapes as we drove to Louisiana. And then eventually it became a laptop.
Yep. We actually
would bring
had
our DVDs.
A laptop that my dad built a metal frame for and mounted to the ceiling between the driver and passenger seat, and then had it wired up. I mean, there were probably 10 cords coming from this computer because one was going to the power, one was going to a DVD player, and one was going to like the speakers and all of this stuff. And it was like, I don't know, probably 6 of us a lot of the time, 5 at least. And we'd watch through whole seasons of
Little House on
the Prairie.
We were not homeschooled, so we watched whatever we wanted. Actually, there's a country song where they talk about watching the movie or watching Barney for the 15th time that day. And that literally was me in some of my childhood.
So glad that Barney hasn't made it back.
It actually has. We
Has
just
it?
haven't watched it yet. Like, there are literally plushies, like Barney plushies. Again.
I hate that. I thought we dodged it.
I actually don't mind Barney. Barney was a great show. And it had that cool magic bag where he would like pull stuff out of. I loved that part.
Block it out of my memory.
You love me.
No, we don't have to.
I tried to teach Ruth that the other day.
No,
she already knew it.
Yuck.
Yeah. But he has a good cleanup song. Anyways, I'm trying to think of any other interesting car things. We currently drive a Honda Pilot, and Trevor adores it.
I do.
It's his off-roading dad car.
Yeah.
It's literally packed.
I drove the kids up to the, like, basically backside of the mountains a year or two ago. And some guy in this, like, really sweet, I do mountaining stuff all the time kind of Jeep hops out, and he sees me with the daughter. And he's like, did your wife know that you took the car out? And I was actually offended. I was like, excuse me, sir, this is my car, and I love it.
Because it's a total mom car. I just never wanted a minivan, and it's as close to a minivan without having the niceness of the minivan features.
Whatever, don't diss my car.
I love our car. No, but I want there to be an SUV that doesn't look ugly, that has van doors.
Yeah. I mean,
like, why do minivans have to look like minivans? There's got to be some sort of patent that gets in the way.
I think that you left out a car because I seem to remember going through a bunch of photo albums with your family. And I think you had a club based on one of the cars that you guys had.
Oh, so cringy. So when we moved from New Mexico to Colorado Springs, my parents, I think, were going through a midlife crisis, and they bought a fuchsia convertible Mustang GT from some of their friends. And so we just had this third car just like chilling at our house, and periodically would drive it, and we would drive it in the summers specifically with the top down, and just like, yeah, it was such a fun car. I never got to drive it, which I'm still so mad about, because my dream was to like have the top down on this pink car and be blonde, because at the time I was blonde, and then just play screamo music and just be this contradiction on the road. And I wanted that so bad.
Everything that High School Musical wanted you to be.
Yeah, absolutely. It's my Barbie car. But what Trevor's referencing is that when I was in middle school, my neighbor and her friend, as one does in the early thousands, you do photo shoots all the time. And we did a photo shoot where we called ourselves the Mustang Gals or Mustang Girls.
Mustang Girls.
And I have this, like, I have a photo album, like a scrapbook of us, like, posing on this pink car. Trevor thinks it's the funniest thing.
I do think it's the funniest thing.
Okay, so another question for you then.
Yeah.
And this is kind of a two-part question, because I think that it's important to attend to both sides.
Okay.
Given that we've done an episode on our Barbie dream houses, would love to know your Barbie dream car. It's just
that
like,
car.
I mean, that probably could be it. Like, what's your dream car? And I guess you could do even like levels of it, of like, this is my outrageous dream car. And then this is like my, oh, this would be so cool to have dream car. And then the other half of the question is, what's your next practical dream car?
Okay.
Like, what would your next upgrade be that we could actually afford and potentially get?
I think my dream car would be one that I have never seen. Like, I'd be inventing a car essentially, because I'd want something that was like lifted like a Jeep, but not like a lifted car. Like, it can't look like I lifted it. It has to look like it was made to be lifted.
Sure.
And in all-wheel drive, I would think it would be cool to have one of those headlights like the cop cars have.
Yeah.
Just to like shine at different places, or at least headlights that scare all of the other headlights on the road.
Yes.
That would be part of my dream
blind
car.
Other people.
I want to be the blinder.
The way they blind us.
I think it'd be cool to have one of the I was about to say wenches. Winches. Not a wench. A winch. A wench is like a prostitute from medieval era.
That sounded like the same word to me. I don't hear a difference. Does one have an I and one have an E?
Yeah.
Which one is the cranky?
Well, the cranky is maybe which.
That is the same word. I don't hear a difference.
Anyways, I'd have one of those. Either one. We can choose. It doesn't matter.
You want a prostitute?
But I'm so not a car guy that I'd be the wife in that situation, being like, will this cup holder hold my Stanley?
I should get you a Stanley.
Like that would be the dream car would be how it felt on the inside.
Yeah, like does it function on the inside like I want it to? I think my like dream car, like I would love to have a 4Runner, but they're just like so expensive and they suck gas like crazy that it's like.
That was gonna be my practical dream car because I know nothing, so
really
I'll have to rethink it. Yeah, they look cool, and they seem like they're really practical.
Well, one of the reasons we got the SUV we did is because that one has good gas mileage.
Yeah.
In comparison to the other SUVs I was looking at.
They'll all eventually be electric, or we won't have cars.
Yeah, well, it's like practical. Like I want it to be able to pull a boat.
Yes.
It would come with a boat, obviously.
Obviously, because what Barbie dream car doesn't come with a boat?
Doesn't come with a boat. Yeah, and
we should have just done this as the episode.
Barbie dream cars.
Barbie dream cars.
Yes, for sure. I think my practical
and
dream.
You should be able to put 2 jet skis on the top.
Yeah.
Boat
and it has a camper.
And a camper.
It's like one of those cool camper vans.
Yeah.
I do like those. I think my next car, I keep going back and forth between a Toyota RAV4 and a Honda CR-V. My mom has a Toyota RAV4 and I like it. And I really love our Honda. And so I think I'm going to go with a Honda CR-V, but like a new one that like is a little bit more square. Yeah. Yeah. Because it's practical. We could never get a new car. No way.
I need it to be pre-hail damaged.
It needs to come with hail damage. Yeah. We bought both of our current cars with hail damage, and somebody asked me the other day, they were like, oh, you got some hail damage. And I was like, yeah, we bought it that way. There's just no point to get it without hail damage in the state of Colorado. It does not matter. You're inside the car more than you are outside of the car. Like if I had a car that I had to care about the exterior, I'd be so stressed living in Colorado. Like so stressed.
Yep.
Everything would scratch it. The constant hail, just all
Somebody
of it.
tried to argue with me when I was driving Milo that the like status approach of vehicles was really important, because if you show up in a total beater, people don't take you as seriously and stuff. And I think that same week, one of my clients told me that they were paying $1,500 a month for their car payment. And it was like a really cool car. And that was the moment where I was like, yeah, I don't think that works for me. I don't think I care.
No.
Like,
well, and I even think like, and this could lean a little bit more practical, but also still feels very dream car-ish. And this is just because of how practical I am. I think it'd be really cool to have one of the newer Broncos. But I'm pretty sure that isn't terrible gas mileage too. And I'm like, I don't want to keep paying for the car.
Ignore gas mileage.
Okay.
On a scale 1 to 10, 10 being coolest.
Coolest.
How cool is a Hummer?
I mean, it was cool.
That was going to be the follow-up question. Whatever number you gave me, I was going to go back. Okay, now go back to 2005.
It was cool in 2005. It is not cool now.
It's not cool
if
now.
it's like an Army Hummer, that's different.
True.
But if it's like a
yellow Hummer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and it's also like these days, I like judge people on having a truck, but not using it like a truck.
100%.
I'm
That
like,
thing better be dirty and scuffed up.
Yeah. You got to be carrying tools in it. You got to be building houses or something. It is not there to look pretty. So when I see like a girl driving a pink truck, I just am like, that was a lot
with
of
like
money.
long acrylic nails.
Yeah. Or even just the guys that like jack up their trucks. And I'm like, you look like an idiot. And we all know
and
what
you're
that
not
means.
even the cool idiot. Like when we go down for Mardi Gras to Louisiana,
yeah.
those are suspended trucks that are like, they're cool.
They're pulling a trailer.
Yeah,
and
that's true.
They're beefy and they're,
And they souped them up past that.
Yeah. Okay, so what's your practical dream car? You said 4Runner?
1911 Porsche.
Practical.
911? It's not a 1911. I don't know.
You don't know.
I don't know. I was trying to.
I saw a Camaro the other day. You don't know what that is, but it was really cool.
Cool. I'm notorious for I'll see a nice car next to a car, and somebody was like, "Look at that nice car," and I'll be like, "The car?" And they're like, "No, you idiot."
I saw someone recently who bought their dream car from like the early 2000s, and it was this girl who bought a Volkswagen Beetle, but like one of not like the orange one that Chris drove, but like the next version of that, but not like the newest version of that. And
so
it was like
super classic.
Not super classic. It was in between classic and now.
Like what was the
Herbie? Herbie was like Chris's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But I was like, oh, you know what? I actually don't think I'd mind owning a Bug.
Really?
But then I was like, I live in Colorado.
Yeah.
So maybe not.
I think this is so dumb because I think there's a lot of judgment around this car, and I've literally never driven one. So.
A Cybertruck?
No, I was gonna say a Jeep Wrangler.
Oh, that's just because Jeeps suck.
Do they?
Yeah, like they need a lot of maintenance. I mean, they're like cool, but like everybody that I know that actually owns a Jeep, they're like, yeah.
It's fair.
It needs a lot of work, but they are cool. I agree with you. And I want a Jeep because Lorelai Gilmore had a Jeep.
Nice. No, I don't want a Cybertruck because they suck from everything I've heard.
I have a friend recently who just wanted to like drive a Cybertruck. And so he rented it for a day.
Yeah.
And he said the visibility was so rough.
Yeah. It's like driving a tank without any of the fun of a tank.
And you can't see out of the tank.
Yeah.
And people judge you for having the tank. Oh.
I mean, this is all just YouTube algorithm.
Yeah, well, what you see on the internet is true.
Always. Yeah, I don't have. I'm so content with the Honda that I have no future dreams for cars.
I think my one dream that I have about future cars is one that I think we are already living, and it's that, like, I mean, my first car was a clunker, and my dad and I had to fix it up, and we had to fix it pretty often. And your dad refuses to buy anything in the 21st century. And so
with less than 100,000 miles.
So you would always be fixing up cars. Like literally every new car they get is when they have to continuously fix. And I like our new trajectory of buying. I mean, we have 2 fully paid off cars now. And they have been so great to us.
Yeah.
And like,
and
we
will keep them running until it's too stressful.
And when they die, I'm sorry, but I don't know if I'm going to fix it. I think I'm going to get a new car. Yeah. I like how we buy cars. I'm excited for what that's going to look like when our kids start driving. Yeah. And I'm excited. I love my car. And I'm excited for the next one.
And the next one will be yours.
Yeah. Trevor always gets the new car. That's one thing. Because most of the time, it's whoever transports the kids the most gets the most kid-friendly car. Yeah. And the progressions that we've made has just always landed with Trevor being the kid driver. And so, I mean, I have a really nice car. It's bougie. Yeah. I mean, it's like a 2015, but it's it's leather on the inside. It's really nice. But yeah, you always get the new car. Yeah. And I get the hand-me-downs. But the next car is mine.
Yep.
I'm gonna get me a CRV.
There's gonna be so many people listening.
They're like,
I think this episode is likely to cause the most pushback.
I know. I bet you
across
know a lot of people who think CRVs are great or a RAV4. The most argument they're gonna offer me is like, go with the RAV4.
But I feel like I mean, I'm sure we've messed up some sort of car term somewhere.
You have.
I'm glad you're a good husband in this relationship.
Well, our last episode, to be fair, was you saying that you were better than me. And so this is me saying I'm better than you.
100%. I love you.
I'm grateful that you're on my team.
You know.